This is the drive home with
Zac,
Liam, Jason,
Francis,
and TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from the Den, where it finished. Millwall 2.
Stoke City, the Potters 1.
Yes, go on the Lions. Get in there. As you can see, I've got an absolute packed full car full of children. Look like the child catcher. But I'm not. I coach all these boys actually. I'm lucky enough to, and so I thought that I'd bring them along to a Millwall match, and they're all ball boys. You enjoy the game, boys?
Yes.
Yes, good. To be fair, most of them are not Millwall, but you try and convert these kids. It's all you can do. It's all you can do. It's always good to get a win, and to be fair, for long parts of today, we didn't look like we were going to get that. You look at a game of two halves, we weren't very good at all in the first half. Other than maybe the last 6 minutes of the first half, we were dominated, to be fair, and Stoke City played the better football. They looked like a good footballing side. Cyclists, do your head in. And I felt that it looked like it was going to be a repeat of the last Saturday's game against Luton. We grew into the game a little bit, and then the second half changed formation finally at home, changed our intensity and looked at the better side. And then we reverted back to type for the last half an hour after we scored the 2 goals. But we started with an unchanged lineup from. It wasn't unchanged. No, it wasn't, because George Saville was out and Billy Mitchell came in. We had Bartosz Białkowski in goal. Back 3 of Daniel Ballard, Jake Cooper, Sean Hutchinson. Right wing back was Ryan Leonard. Left wing back was Danny McNamara. 2 central midfielders, George Evans and Billy Mitchell, and with a front 3 of Tom Bradshaw in the middle, with Jed Wallace on the right and Shay Ojo on the left.
Who swapped round quite a bit in the game.
They did swap round. Zac, what were your initial thoughts of the first half?
Well, I thought we played Millwall in League One. I thought we were dead shot rubbish in the first half. We didn't look like we were going to get any type of point from the game. But
and I can't disagree with you. First chance fell to Stoke in, I think it was like the second or third minute. The ball's gone down the Stoke City left. To be fair, he's got to the touchline and it's gone beyond the touchline. But he's crossed it back in. He's done well to dig the cross out, even though the ball had gone out of play. And it's a great headed down, and Bartosz Białkowski makes an absolutely stunning save. Does what Bartman does on a regular basis to keep us at 0-0 at that stage. The goal we've conceded from a Stoke City point of view was a decent one. From our point of view, it was very poor. What they did well, Stoke, they looked up and found the right pass. Before we go any further, if you like the video, put a like on it. We've done really well last time, and we love your comments. So put your comments in below. Probably comment about how many children I've got in the back. But the ball, the Stoke City it's come down from their left again. He's looked up, played the ball straight into the box between about 7 or 8 of our players. The Stoke City players controlled the ball, laid it back to the edge of the box, and to be fair, Billy Mitchell gets done very easily. The Stoke City players dropped his shoulder, sent Billy the wrong way, and then knocked the ball into the top right-hand corner. So it's a lovely finish and puts Stoke City deservedly 1-0 ahead. The fans were singing well. They've got a good, passionate fan base, Stoke City. Sang well up until that point. Well, for that point, for the whole of the first half, to be fair. Millwall very quiet, and it's hard not to be quiet. We did create a couple of chances towards the end of the first half where, again, Jed Wallace, being our lively player down the right, cuts it in. Shay Ojo has a shot and he shoots wide. And weirdly, Ryan Leonard has a good chance, edge of the box. The ball's defended, kind of cleared, half cleared, but it drops to Ryan Leonard on the edge of the box, which you kind of want to happen because he can hit it. And, he dragged the ball wide. And we go in at half time, and I was very disappointed. You're thinking you've got to make a formation change. We're getting overrun in midfield again. We're sitting back. We're looking like we've got no real creativity going forward. First, after the linesman, we had a change of linesman. I don't know what happened to the last linesman. Maybe he pooed himself and had to have a change of shorts. But we then start the second half unchanged. About 2 minutes in, Matt Smith comes on for Evans, which was a good decision. It was a baffling one because you're thinking now, obviously, Daniel Ballard goes to right back. We play back 4, and you've got a midfield of Ryan Leonard and Billy Mitchell. But Billy Mitchell stepped up from that point on. He was absolutely unbelievable. I will say one great thing about the first half, Sean Hutchinson reads the game so well. The amount of times he comes round on the cover, a fantastic game from Hutch. Yeah, he makes a couple of mind moments where he just, he doesn't control the ball, but
or he misses the ball.
Yeah, but he intercepts the ball so many times and makes it so well for us. What would you say about Hutch?
I did think he played quite well today. He made one mistake in the second half.
Yeah.
That he just studded the ball down. Like it scraped his stud and they went through. But overall, I thought our defence played quite well today. Yeah,
defensively, defensively we look strong, but like I said, the start of that second half, the intensity changed, the energy changed, and that was driven a lot by Billy Mitchell. I think he was kind of unleashed a little bit in the midfield, given a little bit of extra more, ability to be able to go on the ball. And we've played the ball really well into play. The play goes out to Shea Yojo, who the best 15 minutes of his Millwall career, goes out to him on the left. He plays the ball through the Stoke City defenders back. Tom Bradshaw's arriving at the back post, and it's a lovely arrival, lovely bit of play by Tom Bradshaw. And Zac said to me at the end of the game that I absolutely crucified Bradshaw at Sheffield United. The guy does my head in normally, But what I really liked in this game was that, yes, he gives you the work rate, yes, he gives you the energy, but his runs today were far more intelligent. Intelligent runs, gets in at the back post, puts it in, it's 1-1. Stoke City at that stage must have been thinking, how have we ended up throwing this lead away? Because they didn't look like it in the first half. We then kept the pressure up, kept the intensity up, and it's made so much of a difference because Stoke City looked rocked at that stage. Again, a lovely little ball through to Ryan Leonard, who, doesn't panic, looked potentially like he could be offside. He wasn't offside, but he then plays the ball across again to Tom Bradshaw, who, arriving right at the right time, puts the ball, it's very similar to the first goal, and puts us 2-1 up. And you're thinking, you just keep at them, keep doing what we're doing, because it was great to see us show that intensity, show that desire at home, have a more attacking formation. But we just, it seemed to be 3 or 4 minutes afterwards, just as Shea Yojo's, looking really dangerous, he takes him off and puts Keftenbeld on and tries to shore it up. But then we concede so much pressure, so much, possession in our half where I just didn't see it. And we did see the game out, but Stoke showed a bit more composure in the final third. I always say to Liam's a striker in the back, and I always say show a bit of composure. And that's all they needed to do really in the final third, but they didn't, and we do see the game out.
There was one time where one of their players, it come out to him from a lovely save by Bart, and he scuffed it. He hit it with the bottom of his stud, and I just thought it was a bit of a pathetic attempt. It was
their only real big chance in that second half, where he is, it's a driven shot at Bart. Bart kind of parries it into a dangerous area. But Hutch does what a brilliant clearance at that stage. Liam, what would you rate the Millwall experience out of 10?
I'd say it was a good experience since it was at Bullboy and I was right next to the pitch. In the first half, my best player was probably Stoke City's number 22 was playing really well.
Yeah.
But then in the second half, Millwall played really well, and I'd probably rate it maybe about a 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10.
It's about right for Millwall. Jace, what about you?
Probably 9, 8, 7 out of 10.
9, 8 or 7. So we'll go for 9. We'll take that one. Francis, what are you going to give it?
Well, I think I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And so who's your man of the match, Zac?
Well, it was a bit of a hard one today, and it was either out of Bart and Bradshaw, but Bradshaw tipped it off for me because he arrived at the right times, he pressed for the ball, and I thought he was just fantastic today.
It does make a big difference when you get 3 points, because I'd have been absolutely distraught and gutted, and my mindset would have been, the energy that I'd have had would have been very negative if we'd have thrown that away, considering how good we started. That second half, you just think, why not keep doing that? What we're doing, we look so good. And that's the real frustration with Gary Rowett. We're tied fourth, you know, in the league. We're tied fourth. There's about 19 teams on 21 points, but our goal difference has kind of counted against us. And that was a game where you're thinking, potentially we could have got 2 or 3 more goals at that stage, but we sat back. And Stoke City would have been, they'll be going home up the M1 thinking, I don't know how we didn't get a point out of that game because we conceded so much possession to them. My man of the match, Sean Hutchinson, I thought had an absolutely brilliant game, closely followed by Billy Mitchell's second half. Absolutely superb to see Billy Mitchell playing. I felt that he struggled a little bit first half, but to see him, you know, come out of the second half and take hold of the game, grab it by the scruff of the neck. Here, he's one of our own. Must have given him a good boost to hear the fans singing that. And now we've got a week off. Obviously we've got Huddersfield away the next game. It'd be interesting to see. Obviously, we're better suited to away games at the moment. But you can't really argue with three wins out of 4. We've beaten Stoke and Sheffield United, two good teams. Beat Barnsley away. We're grinding out results without looking too good. If we can, I thought our performance against Sheffield United was far better. If we can match our performances with the scorelines that we're getting, you know, there's every chance we can, you know, keep this part of the table and who knows where else. We'll leave it there, but like I said, put your comments in, put your likes on the video if you like it. I'm going to drive these lot back. The A13's buggered. It's probably going to take us about an hour and a half to get home. We might stop for a McDonald's, boys. Do you fancy a McDonald's?
Yeah.
That was a resounding yes. What about coming again, boys? You going to come again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum lets me.
Yeah, if your mum lets you. Yeah, you just don't tell her about the swearing. It weren't from me either because he was a ball boy. We'll leave it there. One way to end it. No one likes us.
We don't care.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Hey, we'll take that.